Thank you for tuning in. I'm CKG, and this is my first video about wristwatches. I hope you will enjoy it, and I would like to start this by sharing with you today my personal vintage Seiko chronograph watch collection. I'm just going to put it out there that I am in no means a watch expert. I'm just a regular guy who loves timepieces and just so happens to have a bunch of them, especially Seikos. And sometimes stuck with the dilemma on what watch to wear in the morning and in the afternoon. Sounds too much. Okay, let's begin. Let's start with this one right here. This is what some may call Seiko Helmet, Stormtrooper, from Star Wars. Anyway, it's the reference number 6139. There you go. 7101. When you're looking at vintage Seiko chronographs, the 6139s are the one with the single eye, or the single chrono register, and the 6138s are the ones later here are the ones with the double chronograph registers. The sequential number that comes after that, the 6139, 6138, are for the specific model of the watch. To me, this watch wears a bit too high, and it sits kind of awkward on my wrist. Okay, let's try it on. But I'm scared to remove. This is a Citizen Bullhead. We'll talk about it later. Okay, let's have a look. It looks very. Oh, that color just clean, fantastic. Anyway, this is what I'm complaining about. The concave here, it sits kind of awkward on your wrist because it's from lug to lug. It has a short curve to it, but otherwise it looks really good on the wrist. I have a 6.7-inch wrist, and it looks great, especially outdoors. But then again, what watch doesn't look good outdoors with excellent lighting? The dial is clean to look at, and the silver finish in the minute track just blends perfectly with the white dial. In terms of accuracy, I'm going to be honest, I don't really care much about accuracy when it comes to vintage watches. I want them and occasionally wear them, only for them not to stay stagnant. And at this age of this watch, you can't expect perfection. These watches are more or less 50 years of age, so but still, these old movements are bulletproof. They're built to last. So, last complaint I have for this watch is the crown. It sinks deeply into the case, and when you change the time, you kind of have to use your nails more than your skin. Oh, sorry, I reversed that. So aesthetically it looks good because it's flush. It's flush there. It's not bulging, but functionally it's not easily accessible, especially with short nails. Let's see. Stop. Start. Okay. Stop. And reset. Okay. This watch is a looker. Well, all of them are. Okay, set that aside. Okay, next one we have here, we have the Seiko UFO. This one right here, some may call a yachtsman. Sorry if I spin that. I don't know, it's a habit of me. I have some hand winding watches, so it's a habit. This one is special because it belongs to my father. When I was young, I used to see this all the time and not appreciate it at all because it looked hideous to me back then. Oh boy, I was wrong. When he stopped wearing watches, I wore all of his watches and started to appreciate watches. And this was one of them. The outer minute track bezel was faded, and I bought a bezel on eBay, and it looked very clean ever since. I put it on this dark brown buffalo Swiss leather strap because I I guess I have too much stainless steel on my collection, and I wanted to diversify it. And comment if you want to see more of that. It looks great on the strap. I never took it off from the watch again. Before I wear it, I'm just going to show you the reference number. 61380017. Okay, I like this because the lugs are tucked under the case and it looks clean on top. The red accent on the bezel is really catchy. Small subtle ring line just works. Wow, look at that. That is just, it's a 44 millimeter diameter case size, and it sits very well. It sits kind of high, but at least it's not awkward feeling on the wrist, unlike the helmet. Okay, let's try this. Okay, stop, and reset. Okay. Next one we have here is the Seiko Kakume. I don't know if that's how it's pronounced correctly, but in English it means square eyes for the twin registers it has there. I believe this is the only JDM among these other watches here today. This one is special because under that Seiko logo there's the name 5 Sports and Speed Timer, which indicates that it is an early JDM version of what I've seen on the internet. So apparently there are some that are named Speed Timer only and some that are chronograph automatic. Even the bracelet on this one, okay, indicates 5 Sports, so I believe this is the OEM bracelet for it. Reference number on this one is 61380030. Yeah. Okay, let's see how it works. Wow, this watch is just fantastic. The blue dial, the square eyes, the dial kinds of show purple on some angles, especially in bright light. I'll be honest, this one had to grow on me because of the case shape. It's not the typical watch shape, but after wearing it and using it, it's a thing of beauty. Day date on this one is Japanese, while the others are not. I believe it's kanji, it's called. In my opinion, this watch is a looker. This is just, it just has its own way of appealing to you to wear it whenever you see it in the collection. Okay. Okay, stop, reset, right. This watch is, it's a looker. Okay, fourth one we have here is the Seiko Panda. Wow, this is just eye-catching. Almost everyone nowadays is going crazy when it comes to Panda color schemes, and the Panda dials in this watch. Seiko has several Panda dials which are quartz, and they released a new one, an automatic one. But on other watch companies, whenever there's a Panda dial, it almost always costs more than the regular one. I don't know why. People are going crazy about this color scheme. The dial is just outstanding, especially on how this one aged. Yes, it's missing some letters, but that's collecting. It's not always a good idea to restore every single thing on an old object. Just keep it running and keep it looking nice and vintage, to keep the memories of the watch present whenever you see it. The reference on this one is 61388020. The feeling that this watch gives you is a feeling of balance. The black chrono register and the white dial with the black minute track, it all just blends fantastically. You just feel good whenever you wear it at your wrist. Well, at least for me, when I first worn it for about a month straight, I don't know, we love watches. We can't get enough of just one watch, but the experience that this one gives when worn is pleasing to the eyes. I tried it with the leather strap, NATO strap, and it all just works. This is by far my favorite in this collection. Okay. I believe the second hand has been painted because it was faded. Oh, by the way, the looms on these watches, I don't know. I don't really try to worry about those. I don't use them on night. Next one here is the Seiko Bullhead. And yes, the crown is missing. I honestly don't know where it went, and I will have to find a replacement for it. Sorry, Bullhead. This one looks like a stopwatch, and it does the job of the stopwatch. The top of the head case is where the crown and chronograph functions are. I can't help but compare this to the Citizen Bullhead, which I have here. But I honestly like the Citizen more because of its size. I can't help but compare this to the Citizen Bullhead, but I honestly like this more. It's more compact and tight. The Bullhead is somehow, this Bullhead is somehow top heavy because how the case increases height from bottom lug to top lug. But you know, it's a personal preference. And this one, some of you may love this watch, and that's perfectly fine. This is an awesome watch. All of these are awesome watches. But this is just my view, and hey, we're just talking about watches because that's what we love. I just want to share to you the feeling I get when I wear these watches. For reference, this is 61380040. I believe the minute track, I'm sorry, this is why you know that it's not been used in a while, because leather and this is just expired. So I'm just gonna put it here and just hold it. You know what, I have to change the leather. I have to give this one justice. I'm sorry if I have not changed this, but it looks awesome on the wrist nevertheless. Okay, last one. If you're still here, then you truly love Seiko, or just watches in general. Thank you for staying, and this one is the Seiko Pogue. The reference number 61396002. I don't want to get into detail about how this watch was the first one in space or this and that. If you're interested in that, I'll put a link below on how this was worn by Captain Pogue and all. Anyway, this is the most colorful of them all, the most unique. The Pepsi bezel and the orange dial, wow. It just looks very unique. I believe the minute track on this one before, the inside minute track, was white or faded. Yeah, basically the text on it can't be seen. So I just bought an aftermarket orange one. I don't really try to replace everything back to its original form, you know, just to its functional form, wherein you're just able to use it, wear it, and enjoy it. Of all the watches here, this is the worst timekeeping, I believe, because I'm gonna be honest, I haven't had the chance to get the movement serviced on this one. But it looks pristine, and I noticed before that the minute track inside kept on moving. I thought it was loose, but then I realized you can move it like some modern Seikos, only the outside bezel ring, but this one moves when you move the crown on the stationary. When it's unpulled, you can turn it into a bezel. A rookie mistake, but hey, it won't happen again, I guess. And this one is more easy. It's easier to change the time rather than the helmet one, which is steep. This one you can use the tip of your fingers, skin. So beautiful watch. Wow. Okay, let's try stop reset. Oh, center. Perfect. Okay, so that's it. That's my vintage Seiko chronograph collection. This is my first video about that, and about the watches that I have, for that matter. If it's imperfect, then I'll try to do better next time. If you do want to see more, and I do have a lot more watches, especially my uncle, whom I got most of these from. If you want to see more, don't worry, you'll get more. I'll try to make another one about my Seiko dive watch collection next time. So thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy. I'm just gonna wear this now.